Death Valley Days.
The West spawned a lot of women like Amelia Monk. Tough, hardy, but female clear through. They followed their men west, a baby on one hip, a gun on the other, and set up housekeeping wherever they camped. When they settled, home was a log cabin or an adobe ranch house, and to them, it looked good. If they lacked the fine manners of their eastern sisters, they didn't lack for bold courage. If they couldn't embroider initials on fine linen, they could shoot and ride and skin a deer. And if their noses were peeling instead of powdered, their kind of beauty was made to go with the plains and mountains and miles of sky. Tonight, we will meet one of these women in the heartwarming true story we call Siege at Amelia's Kitchen.
Titus?
Yes, Amelia?
Did she have any freckles?
Who?
Your first wife.
No, she didn't. Why?
Oh, I'm just being silly, I guess. It's just that I want him to like me.
I don't think a handful of freckles will make any difference.
Oh, I wish I'd worn that bonnet that you gave me when we got married.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Amelia. You're not being introduced to royalty. You're meeting a 15-year-old boy.
I'm meeting my stepson. Oh, I think I hear it coming now.
Glad to see you, son. How was the trip?
Oh, it was fine. A little dusty.
Well, here she is, Warren. This is my wife. Well, your new mother, Warren. Well, your stepmother, I guess.
Oh, Amelia. Just call me Amelia, son. Warren.
How do you do?
How are you?
The buckboard's this way.
Oh.
Were these your bags?
Oh, yes, they are.
Amelia.
Huh?
I think we can manage those.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, son. Well, here we are, Warren. Not much like the old place in Philadelphia, is it?
No, it's not.
Titus, he's such a nice boy.
You two seem to hit it off.
Oh, yeah.
It's good to see him again. He's grown like a weed.
Oh, you've missed him a lot, haven't you?
Yes, I missed him. And you knew it, didn't you?
We're an odd pair, you and me. Gentleman from the East and a lady cowboy.
It's been a solid match, hasn't it?
Oh, yes. And I've always known that the one thing that'd make it even better would be to have Warren out here with us. So we could be a real family. Oh, he's just got to be happy.
It's so big and clumsy.
It's built for comfort. You couldn't ride like we do out here in one of those eastern saddles. This is Amelia's favorite saddle.
This is a man's saddle.
Uh-huh.
Well, in order to ride a saddle like this, she'd have to wear pants.
Warren's never seen a lady in pants before, Amelia.
Oh, yeah? Didn't your mother ride, Warren?
She rode very well. Side saddle.
Oh, sure. I keep forgetting they do things different back east. You know, that's one thing I never could get the hang of doing myself. Well, I'll see you dudes out at the springs.
All right. She rides like an Indian.
She's not at all like Mother.
No, she's not. She's part of this country. She was raised here. Kansas, Colorado, Arizona. Why?
Dad,
Yes?
why didn't you ever come home?
I intended to, son. I just came west for a change to ease the hurt of your mother's death. But this country seemed so open and so honest. It just took hold of me. I drifted for a year, and then I met Amelia. And she was like the country, free and honest and open. And since then, it's been my dream to have you here with me. And hope that you'd feel as I do about it. And her. I hope you're not sorry you came.
It's just different, that's all. And Amelia. Well, she's different. But I'll get used to it.
Sure you will.
And on top of that, Grandmother added on a wing south where the rose garden used to be.
You know, I tried to grow roses here one time, but
Remember Housie, the old gardener?
I should say. Your mother hired him before you were born.
He was very upset because he put that rose garden in himself, you know. So anyway, he came to Grandmother with that over-my-dead-body look in his eye. But in the end, he gave in. Only Grandmother had to let him move the rose garden down to the summer house.
The summer house. I think I miss that old summer house more than anything. On a hot day, it used to catch every breeze.
Well, you know, that sounds just like Palm Canyon, don't it? That's where we rode to today. Well, on a hot day, you can be wringing with sweat down here, and up there, it's just as...
Tell me about your cousin, son.
Well, Porter got married. Huh? Yeah, Aunt Justine was terribly upset. He married a very common girl, you know, no background at all. You know that type, China tea service, no linens on the table. Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, that's all right. It's just a good thing I didn't have no linen on the table.
What is she doing?
Well, a little landscaping, looks like.
That's a man's work, Father. Why do you let her do it?
Let her do it. Son, I'd have to tie her up and sit on her to keep her from doing it.
Well, it's not a very pretty sight to see a woman doing man's work in man's clothes.
Well, she still looks mighty pretty to me.
Well, how was the ride?
It was all right.
Yeah? I bet it's almost dinner time, isn't it? Gee, I completely forgot about it.
What are you up to?
Well, I figure with a pinch of rain and a little help from that well, I'm going to have me a flower garden. And I'm almost finished here. I'll be in and fix you something to eat.
Oh, that's all right. Warren and I can find a way around the kitchen.
Well, I don't know if you can or not. It's still full up with breakfast.
Save some paint for the rocks.
Ow.
Look at this mess. Mother never would have left a mess like this.
Your mother never did a batch of dishes in her life.
Well, at least she would have seen to it that it was done.
Are you just going to stand there and complain, or are you going to help? You've got to stop comparing Amelia with women back home. Things are different out here.
Not so different, I hope, that a woman can't act like a woman and dress like a woman and talk like a woman.
Warren, you're talking about my wife and your stepmother. Now, you've said enough, and I'll have no more of it.
Thought maybe a few flowers might make him feel more at home.
Amelia, don't pay any attention to what he said.
Oh, I don't. He's young and he's homesick, and I guess just everything I do seems mighty strange to him.
Amelia.
Titus?
Yes?
Listen, when you go into Phoenix for supplies next week, would you pick me up a couple of things?
Name it.
Well, I was thinking of a ribbon for my hair, maybe, and a cloth for the table, and you know, one of them lace collars. It'd sure be nice if we could afford it.
Amelia.
Oh, I guess I thought he'd be just like you, Titus. That he'd accept this life the way you did. Oh, he's just gotta be happy here. I know how much it means to you. It does to me, too, seeing as how I never had a son of my own. Oh, we gotta make a place here for him, a real home, so's he'll stay. Oh, I don't know. Maybe some linen on the table and a few flowers sticking out of the dirt won't make no difference, but... Well, I'll tell you something. I'd even learn how to ride side saddle if I thought it'd help any.
Amelia.
Titus, Amelia!
Well, howdy, Jack.
Hi.
Well, dust yourself off and come on in. I'll fix you something.
No, thanks, Amelia. I've got to keep moving.
Jock, like to meet my son, Warren. Warren, this is our good friend and neighbor, Jack Decker.
How do you do?
Very pleased to meet you, son. Titus, I've been riding down the line. The Apaches are stirring.
Is it bad, Jock?
They ran off with 20 head of my cattle, raided the Lazy J this morning, and old man Johnson took a bullet in his arm.
Someone go after them?
My men have been combing the hills all day. Not a sign of them.
Oh, well, if they've got your beef, they'll be feeding good, Jock. They'll probably calm down now.
I hope so. I don't look forward to any more engine fighting. But keep your guns loaded and your eyes on the horizon.
Thanks, Jock.
I'll see you later.
Well, looks like you came just in time, Warren. Got to teach you how to handle a gun. All right, now bring it up easy.
Okay.
Sight right down.
Yeah.
Hold her steady. All right. Now. Good! You're a natural, son. Handle a gun like you've been shooting all your life.
When can we go hunting, Dad?
Oh, as soon as the Indians quiet down and safe in the hills,
We'll get us a little venison.
Okay.
you get mighty tired of beef after a while.
Hey, let me have a turn, huh?
Oh, it kicks awful hard.
Yeah, no, it does. It's my gun. No, Titus, you've been getting all together too good lately. It's time I cut you down to size.
Well, you might be sorry, Amelia. You're a pretty good teacher. I'm getting better.
Well, you go first.
All right.
are getting better.
You know, Amelia, if those cans had been Indians, you'd have wiped out half a tribe.
Oh, Titus. Indians. A plum forgotta left me a pan of Indian pudding in the oven.
She's still the best shot in the territory.
I suppose that makes you second best, huh? Dad, she rides better, shoots better, and cusses better than you. Why do you take it?
Warren.
Why do you let her humiliate you like that?
Warren.
And don't you tell me not to compare her with the women back east, because don't worry, I won't. There is no comparison.
That's enough, Warren. I've taken all I'm going to from you. Now go to your room. I can handle it myself, Amelia.
Well, you got a good day to go into town. Not too hot. When you figure to get back?
Sometime tomorrow.
Titus, will you get those things I asked you for?
Of course, Amelia.
More coffee?
No, thanks.
Warren. Warren, I never wanted to take the place of your mother. I just wanted you to be my friend.
I know. I wish it could have been different.
It's not the country, is it? You could get used to the desert and the mountains, the loneliness. It's just me, isn't it?
It's just I don't understand your type of woman. Excuse me, please. I think I'll go do some target shooting.
Wait.
What's the matter?
Stay back.
What is it?
Warren, I think you're going to get all the target shooting you can use right here. Now, you go up and take that window and do just as I do.
I can't even see them out there.
Oh, they sneak up as stealthy as a tomcat stalking a lizard.
Those bushes give them plenty of cover.
Yeah, there's a lot of open space between us and them, though. Now, you just pick them off as you see them. Hey, there's one on your side. Get him.
can see why you don't have time to crochet.
Well, I'll tell you, I'd rather do this than face some of them fancy balls your father talks about. You know, to tell you the truth, I always kind of wished I'd learned how to dress proper and talk proper and be a real lady. But I'll tell you something, Warren. Here in Arizona territory, it just seems like manners have got to take a backseat to survival.
Amelia?
Yeah?
I'd just like you to know I'd like you to be my friend.
That'd make me mighty proud. Warren?
You all right, Amelia?
Fine, Jock, yeah.
Well, me and the boys were backtracking when we heard the shooting. I figured it was more than a bobcat in a chicken coop. I'm sending a couple of boys back to town, Amelia. And the rest of us are going to tail those redskins. Do you want them to take a message to Titus?
Yeah, tell him we're doing just fine.
I'll do that, Amelia.
Crying.
Well, haven't you ever seen a woman crying before? I'll tell you, Warren, I was plumb scared that whole time.
Don't cry.
Oh, thanks, Warren. You know, at a time like this, it's sure nice to have a man around.
How's that?
Why, it's just as good as new. I didn't know you was the handy.
I didn't know it myself.
Oh, here's your father.
Are you all right?
Oh, fiddle fit, the two of us.
Oh, you should have seen her, Dad. She's some woman. With a whole yard full of Apaches, she's out there...
I know. I heard all about it. You're something of a hero yourself. I'm proud of you, son. Oh, this is for your mother.
Here, hold this.
What is this?
Oh, well, that's my fancy work. I figure if Warren can learn how to fight Apaches, I can learn how to crochet.
When the West was finally won, men took a fresh look at those fragile creatures like Amelia Monk, and old ideas toppled. The women went on baking bread and watering their plants, but they knew there was something behind the picket fence. Somehow, for these people and their children, the world was never quite the same again. And it all started during Death Valley days.